Hello. Okay. Uh, hey y'all. I know you're wondering why I don't have any fruit on top of my head. Okay. I should have some fruit up there. Because I am kind of hungry. I like grapes and strawberries and stuff like that. So I should have had something like that on top of my head. Okay. Um. Actually, when I was a kid, I used to like to dress up in different styles. So, like when I came home from school, or either if we were on summer school vacation, I used to like to dress up, change my clothes 2 or 3 times a day. So, when I get to the house, I wanted to change my clothes. I wanted to put something else on. Then I wanted to take that off, put something else on, and take that off, and then put something else on. And so, I kind of carried it into my adult years, I believe. Pretty much, I think that's just what's happening. So, I like to dress up, but I need more clothes. So, how you all doing today? Usually when I get up on my videos, I say, maybe I should ask how you're doing today. And a lot of times in the real world, I won't ask people how they're doing because I don't know if they're suffering something or if they're sad, if they just don't want to talk about it, or, maybe it may hurt them to bring it up at the time. So I do care about that. So, we can get into this topic that I'm having here. It is hot. I don't have a fan on in the area that I am in. So I'm gonna have to wipe a little or pat. If your skin is sensitive, you might want to pat a little bit. Like kind of like you put on some makeup. Okay. So my topic is about you allowing people to grow. Now, that means there's no time to smother. Now, they may run to you 25, 100 times a day. Let them know if they are worrying you. Okay, because sometimes people, it seems strange. Sometimes they'll sit up under you to find ways to grow, and sometimes they'll run away to find ways to grow. So if they're like both, they're doing like both, then you might say, hey, how do I deal with this? This is too wishy-washy. Well, wishy-washy meaning 1 minute this and the next minute this and back on to this and the next minute back to this. So wishy-washy feelings is hard for people to deal with. So sometimes people will go to their self because they can't deal with them. So not everybody can deal with you and your behavior and your new lifestyle and growing and things like that. So we have to accept that sometimes we want to work, and don't prevent them from trying to go to work and get what they need just because they want to grow. It's okay to grow. Um, Look, some of the foods we won't even enjoy eating if it didn't grow. We will only get a little pinch. It'd be like candy, if it didn't grow, or the bean sprouts that we have. So how can we enjoy those foods if we never did let it grow? We have to sit there and watch it grow. You might be hungry while you're sitting there watching it grow too. So you have to wait till your food to grow for you to be able to enjoy it. Okay. Now, I know you believe that I have looked up grow. I did. I actually looked up grow. Okay. So here it is. I'm going to look at it for you. Okay. Gotta take my hat and do like this just for a little bit, just so I can look at the word grow, because I have to look upward some. Okay. Now, grow is saying, and if you like my channels, I like it that you like my channels. Okay. It's so many channels out here. Please enjoy this one if you can. Okay. But this time, I like growth. I like to see people grow. And we're going to talk about it, okay? We're going to talk about people growing. It's hard to watch things to grow when it's taking so long and you want it now, right? Okay. Grow. When people, animals, and plants grow, they increase in size and change physically over a period of time. That's number one. Number two, I don't know if I want to read that. We were talking about verbs. I mean, but I can if you're curious to know what it is. It says, if a plant or tree grows in a particular place, it is alive there. Okay? Number three, if you grow a particular type of plant, you put seeds or young plants in the ground and take care of them as they develop. Okay? So it's good that while you're allowing somebody to grow, that you're taking good care of it, like your crops and things like that. They water them. They're watering them. They are making sure that the plants get food. I've noticed even with flowers, when you're getting flowers for someone, they have plant food to put in there, so they really, really take care of their plants and their flowers and their fruits and their meats and things like that. Okay? So you want to, in order for something to grow around you that you really want to grow, take good care of it. Take care of it first, and then you can take good care of it maybe, okay? So if you can run right into taking good care of it, then you're good. All right, number 4 says, when someone's hair grows, it gradually becomes longer. Your nails also grow. This is what I'm reading in Grow, okay? Number 5, if someone grows their hair or grows a beard or mustache, they stop cutting their hair or shaving so that their hair becomes longer. You can also grow your nails. Number 6, if someone grows mentally, they change or develop in character or attitude. Okay? We'll go here to number 7. You use grow to say that someone or something gradually changes until they have a new quality, feeling, or attitude. So it's okay. When somebody is growing, maybe they want to grow. Because there's some things that they want to achieve in this lifetime, in this world. So they want to grow, and that's okay, right? Yes, I think it's okay. Number 8, if an amount, feeling, or problem grows, it becomes greater or more intense. If an amount, feeling, or problem grows, it becomes greater or more intense. So some things you don't want to grow, right? Like problems and bad seeds and different things like that, right? Okay, but it happens, right? So what do? How are you prepared for these things? Okay? Okay. This is one of my good topics right here. The reason what made me think about grow is because, okay, it's about the way people talk to you, and if you take the time to listen to somebody, you could really learn something. Hopefully, you won't get offended by listening to them. But the reason why I got into here is to wonder, why do some people not grow and how to treat other adults? Okay, so why is it that some people don't know how to treat other adults, like talking to them correctly or properly? Like, okay, just talking to adults like a kid, does that make them feel like an adult, or and and a kid? So I understand. Kids are, you don't want them to be adults. Okay. So anyway, this is number 10. If something such as an idea or a plan grows out of something else, it develops from it. Okay. So that's good. If an economy or a business grows, it increases in wealth, size, and importance. Okay. So now they're talking about importance, and do you think that just because someone else becomes important that they shouldn't grow, and that you won't be named as important just because they grow? Negative. I think, have you ever had a group of friends, like, let's say 5 or 10 of you hanging out, right? Okay, so if 5 or 10 of you are hanging out, and one seems to get more attention, is that a good thing for you to want them to stop growing? No, not at all. They should grow. But if they are growing mature enough to be your friend, they should give you a chance to be able to show your talents and things too. But look, let's not be deceptive, okay? Because you want to you want them to be recognized, you want to be recognized, and look, there's 8 more in your group that need to be recognized. So you all need to come together and see how to do that, because there's a proper way to do that, unless you're just thinking evil toward people. So that's something to think about. Like, you don't stop somebody else from growing just so you could be the only one that's important. Mm-mm. Can't you find another group that'll make you important versus ruining their life when you don't have to? You can go and find another group that is accept you, okay? Just think about it, and be, cautious and stuff how you're treating the people that are around you. They're all supposed to be important. Like I said, all the children are important, okay? But see, as the parents have, the more kids they have to let their children know how important they are. This is the job of the parents. Like, a lot of parents, when I was growing up, they were working all the time, so they didn't have time. When they come in from their 9 to 5, they were ready to go to sleep. They want to take their shower and go to bed, some people just want to come in, lay down, and go to sleep. They can't even make it to the shower. They're so tired. So just not judging people for what they do, okay? But allowing them room to grow. You don't need to stop somebody from growing just so you can be more important. Because what happens if they don't grow and then they're still the one that's important? Then what have you accomplished? So that's something else to think about. Like, okay? Like, I don't get offended because I see people grow. I don't get offended because I see my children grow, or they've done more than I've done, or what everybody else done. Because it's a new age and a new time, okay? Um, Growing is a good thing, though, okay? People grow businesses, people grow children, people grow veggies and fruits and foods and different things in life grow. Your attitude toward another person can grow. Now, is that a good, a negative, or positive attitude towards someone? I would want, of course, I want somebody to have a positive attitude toward me. You all, I hope that people will enjoy that, but don't, while parents are raising their children, they need to get to know their children so they can know different ways on how to help them. Okay, it's a hard job when the more you have, it's a harder job. Okay, it's not that you won't pay attention to them all. It's just that it's harder because you might not. Sometimes you're tired, and that be most moment that they need you. When you're tired or you're frustrated or whatever it is. So, I'm not trying to bore you, but being an adult is a good thing, Otherwise, children will be raising themselves. Um, I'm not saying that, or speaking about that. I was just saying, okay? Because I looked up adult, okay? There's a reason why I'm looking up adult. Now, in here it says adult, grown to full size and strength. What else does it say? Adult also means suitable for grown people and not for children. They say, uh, no, I can't find something else on here. Uh, you can count me in. Let me tell you how much I have grown. I will never try to take your shine. I will be who I am and do what I do, but to purposely try to take a shine away from you, that's something that I never, ever, 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 ever want to do. Okay? So let's just get this right up in here so you can know who I am. Find out my intention. My intentions are good. Find out why if you need to. But I don't care about taking your shine, okay? Now, if we have some of the same friends, either you can share or you could disrupt their friendship, okay? So let's see what we are thinking about. Now, this right here, and I go online and be like, okay, who is an adult? I'm telling you, I'm for real. I'm on here for a reason because I like to. Now that I'm an adult, I like to be treated as an adult. Okay, I like to be treated as an adult. I don't see like anything wrong with it. I don't believe little children should give me rules and orders. I don't think that's the way the Lord made the earth. I think that husbands should respect their wives' decisions. If you're in a relationship and you're not married and you're engaged or whatever you are doing, I believe in still being treated as an adult. It's got to be a way because that you could be kind and patient toward that person that's an adult. Now, if they want to be jumpy all over you and fussy and fizzy and all of that, but you don't have to accept that just because they're grown. So just understand when I say that they're an adult or they're grown, now they're mature enough to handle those behaviors, you can let them know. I'm not about to tolerate all your fussiness and this and that. But look, I've been through something. Okay, if you are experience that from your mate or something, somebody needs to check in. Everybody not strong enough. Find somebody that can help your mate. If you don't want to help her or him, find somebody else to help them if you're not going to take the time to be dedicated to help them, because obviously they're crying out and they need help. So just say like you have another family member that's fussy and fidgety and doing this and doing that. Find out what's wrong. Find somebody that's strong enough to deal with it. Don't find the person that's not capable of doing it and getting nowhere. Find somebody that can actually deal with it. Try different methods of finding different people. Now, I know the last thing you want to resort to maybe be a psychologist or a counselor, but why are you so quick to call a counselor or a psychiatrist on somebody else if you can't do the same for someone else? So, I'm not trying to stir up anything, but these are the things that's coming to my mind that's make me think. Like, when you're allowing somebody to grow, I know that it takes time. It takes time, and they need a room to allow themselves to be grown. But just because they're just turning 18 doesn't mean they're perfect. Just because they're turning 17 and they consider that as a legal age doesn't mean they're gonna be perfect and know everything. They just gotten into adulthood. So I expect them to be treated as adults, but I don't expect them to just know everything while they're 17 and 18. Even when they're 20, I don't even expect that just by my experience. So sometimes I just want you to know it takes time. So you want to allow them room to grow before you get so fussy at them and angry and despising them. You despising them and you don't even know why. I'm telling you, people need time to grow. I'm not saying they should be fidgety and hitting all on you and just to grow. No. Okay, because I remember when I was pregnant, I used to laugh and hit people, and my hands was not soft to be doing that. But I was just kidding with them. I didn't mean no harm, and they didn't complain. So, okay, so I mean, these were people I was hanging out with. Okay, so they know I didn't mean any harm. My whole thing is whoever my real friends I found to be, they must have allowed me to grow. Okay, I'm not saying anybody is fake. What I'm trying to say is that people live. Like when I went to school, high school, I talked to people, I hung out with them, and maybe I don't hang out with them no more. We grew apart or something like that. They went to go live their life. I went to go live my life. So my thing is that my friends, the ones who stayed stuck to their title and said they were my friend, they they allowed me room to grow, and I allowed them room to grow too. Okay, I allowed them room to grow also. So let's just think about what adults are. Just because you become an adult and you're 18 and 20 doesn't mean you know everything. Okay, because just from my experience, I know this. We are coming into a world where we're wanting to experience things and to get to know things. And some people, uh, you don't understand that it's important spending time with your family and your friends while you have the opportunity, because when you can't see them anymore for real, what do you do? You know, so it's like, okay, why did I split up from my friends? Why did I do this? I could have still been, in their everyday life. I could have gave them room to grow, but we still should have been a part of each other's lives and our kids. But sometimes they pick other people, and that's okay because that's a part of their growing process and helping themselves grow and living the life that they choose. Okay. So now, now, they say, what does it mean to be an adult? Someone who is older, authoritative, decisive, and doubt free. Those are the things that, but I do believe that they are authoritative, and it's nothing wrong with an adult having authority over what they're supposed to have authority over. Okay, and how do you determine who needs what kind of authority? Okay, how can you determine that? Because sometimes we misjudge people, and that way, if you learn how to discern, which is DISCERN, you won't miss out on a lot of things because you know how to judge correctly and rightfully. um that's what adults are supposed to know how to do. But as I said, once we reach into adulthood, does not mean we know everything. With time, you mature. With time and age, with the years you have, the more experience you have. So that's when you start knowing things, okay? So a lot of times they probably know that once they reach a certain age, okay? So they probably know this once they reach a certain age, okay? Now, so because somebody was playful and disruptive all the time doesn't mean once they become an adult that's all they're gonna ever do. That's what I mean by misjudging somebody. Maybe that's what how they dealt with being a kid. Maybe that was their maturity level then. But as they grow, you can't say that that's what they're gonna always do. You can't. Hold on just a second too. Okay, hold on. Because sometimes people need to have certain things in their life to help them experience things so they can grow. Like some people have children, some people have become teachers. Some people have it's different things that people have to do. I don't want to go off into that. I really don't. And I know I said that a lot, but I really don't want to go into all of that. What people may need, because each individual is different. Each individual is different, and they cause to need certain things, and in their life to help them grow. But how will you know if you don't try? Now, if you meet somebody who was a child that was disruptive all the time, playing games all the time, let me ask you this: once when you were a kid, how did you act? What did you do? What were some of the things you said and did? And then now you're an adult and you want that authority, huh? So just tell me some of those things that now that you have authority, well, are you still doing those same things? Or did it slow down or something? Did you, so you got to think about how to be fair to other people. Okay? All right. Now, oh, wow, this program is opening. Because I would go online and I would go on my Facebook page and read you some of the things I got on there. But this is a wise decision, and this is something that you can tell your friends or people close to you, somebody that may need to know that just don't know. Like when they go in there and put comments on Facebook that they should not put, maybe they should go back and evaluate, and take those things off to show their signs of maturity. Clean up your page. That's what I did. When I first got on Facebook, it was a lot of dirty things coming, not out of my mouth, but it would have came out of my mouth if I was talking to them. But I wrote it instead, and I put it on there, and I'm like, I went past another one, and they stopped me let me see, a couple of years ago. Or they will not let me delete anything. So I had to reap the benefits of what I said on my page. And I had to be like, oh, Lord, these people will not know that I never did intend on keep on, using profanity or cursing. They wouldn't even know that I had that in my mind. Like when I first had children, I said, I don't ever want to curse in front of them. All of these things came up anyway. I was shocked too. So when these things came up and I was like, I will not curse in front of my kids. The same very thing I said that I wasn't going to do, that I did do. But once I realized that my page was getting too overcrowded with junk and garbage, I said, I'm going to go on here and do a cleanup. Everybody deserves a right to clean up their mess, right? On their Facebook page. Okay, shall I say. Or whatever. I don't know anybody who watched my tape who had ever been to court before and wanted to just clean up their record and get all of that junk off their record that they didn't even mean to do. They were just frustrated. Like, some people like doing stuff. And maybe you did like it at the time, but you realized it wasn't really for you. Who doesn't want to clean up? Who don't want to clean up? So, even sometimes when I get up and I eat my food and I want to leave my plate, my bowl, and my spoon right there. Okay? I didn't want to have to be sitting up here washing it right away. I didn't want to do that. Sometimes I did, but sometimes I didn't. I don't know why, but I didn't want to wash it right away. So we got to think about those things. And people, they may need your help. They may need you to talk to them. Whatever it is that helps them, they're going to be who they're going to be. We're not trying to go out and just change the whole world to be in something that we think that they should be. When people change, they make a decision, okay? And when we talk to our children, we raise them up to the way we want them to be. So if people have snatched your children and you were hurt by that and you didn't know why they did that, and you wish they hadn't never done that, look, don't feel bad of how your children were raised. It was not your fault, okay? I just want you to know that you love your kids, and they snatch your kids right from you, and you couldn't raise them the way that you want. But you know what? When people make decisions like that, that's a strong decision to make. You have to be careful when you make those types of decisions. Is this the best thing that I should do? Otherwise, they have to deal with it later. Because right at the same time, they might not think about it. But then later on, this is the reason why wisdom kicks in from above to let you know whatever decision you make, you want to be sure about it and think about it first if you can. If not, what can you do? Because I had plenty of decisions like that I couldn't think about. I did, and that was it. I know nothing I can do to change that around, but to ask God to forgive me or help me to deal with that situation. But, I understand people want to penalize you for a lot of stuff. But, like, who don't want to clean up their record? That's all I was saying. We do grow, and a lot of people fail to realize, stop and look, it's time for me to grow. No matter what age I am, this is what I've decided to do. You don't have to tell the whole world. They might not even accept it, but if they do, then that's fine too. That's great. But, like me, I've been going by apologizing to people. Maybe I'm doing too much, some people might say. Apologizing to people. Maybe I wasn't the main one at fault, but maybe I did do something in the middle of that, and I took the time to say that I was sorry. I even made a public apology on here for people, just in case I forgot to tell you. If I forgot to tell you, doesn't mean that you didn't deserve your apology, right? How can I forget to tell somebody, right? Okay. So, growing takes a lot. It's a responsibility to grow. And like my kids, for instance, they are growing. And even though they're adults, I still don't want people to pick with them, call them out their name, no matter if they did right or wrong, right? So I don't want people messing with them, annoying them, or teasing them, and all of that. That's the same thing everybody wants for their kids, right? I think so. So if they don't, I don't know how I could be wrong on this one, because I think everybody love their kids. That's what I think. If they don't, I don't know what's going on. But like I said, sorry to the ones who got your kids snatched up and you didn't know why, and this and that happened. But you want the best for your kids, and when they're snatched up and they go somewhere else, you don't know what to do, because you don't know how they're going to be raised. You don't know what they're doing, and all of these types of things, right? Does that make you a bad parent because somebody overpowered you and had more people on their team to say, hey, we're going to take your kids and there's nothing you can do about it? Now, should they feel bad about it? Mm-mm. What I'm doing right here is what in the world people would call, well, you're being too soft or soft. I have to soften up because this is what I like. Ain't nothing I can do about it. This is what I like. What other way I'm supposed to be? I'm a female, right? So, only thing I can do is the best I can do with my growth, and that's it. I don't try to have nobody. I don't try to change anybody for who they are. I don't expect them to change who I am, because this is me. This is what I like. Okay, so they might not understand, but I understand. I understand why I like it. I've probably been this way for longer than you know, but at the same time, you just didn't know it. Or it's not my fault you didn't try to get to know me. Well, I'm not mad at you for not doing it. But growing is a big part of life. Whether you do good or bad, you're going to grow. Period. I don't say that I've done everything good in my life. No. I haven't. I have not. I have not. I have not. Okay? And you heard it from me. So that's the time to think about how do you help somebody to grow if they want you to help them, I guess. Some people need help and you be like, okay, well, I don't have to listen to them just because they're an adult. I'm doing what I got to do. In those cases, when you're making the right decision and you're proving that you love them, that's good. But if you're not, then how you going to feel when they react to it in a different way? Okay. So you just want to think about this adult thing is just too much, right? This adult thing is too much. Let me look up the word kid then. Let me look up kid. Because my kids know better. They know not to tell me what to do. At the same time, they know. Alright, so I love them kids. I do. Yes, I do. Alright, so kid, number one is a child or a young person. A child, a youngster, a little one, a baby, a toddler, a tot, an infant, a boy, a girl, a young person, a minor, a juvenile, a adolescent, teenager, youth, whatever all these names are that they give them. So basically, a child is not even supposed to be able to make adult decisions in life. It'll be hard for them to make adult decisions. Now, they might know how to cook and pop something in the microwave, make a hot dog or a burger or something like that. But to throw up a big old meal, you got to think what's going on. Okay? Unless the parent taught them or somebody else taught them behind the parents how they know how to cook. Well, something's going on. Okay? Now, so we got to realize in this world, we have to share it. We have to share this world. We can't just, treat adults like kids just because we don't want them to have their way. You can do that, but that's going to be on your conscience. And that's if you don't believe there's a judgment day, on judgment day, that's what you're going to have to experience, not the person that you're doing it to. So I wish it could be a better world. I wish everybody can defend themselves and still be kind at the same time. I wish that they can do that, defend their families, and don't have to worry about nobody coming in telling them what to do, and they don't have to act evil just for them to get away from their door. Okay, so I wish that that can happen, but it's a shame that you have to do other things to keep people away from your family. All right, well, but see, now you know. I went off into that, but I'm supposed to be talking about children and kids and stuff like that. I didn't even finish looking up kid. Okay, each child as an individual is different, and so are the adults. So well, that's what I wanted to talk about. Allowing people room to grow. How do you know when it's that time that you need to allow somebody room to grow? Okay, if they're telling you they want to grow, then that's good information enough right there. But what if they don't tell you and they really need to grow? What are your techniques? What do they need? When you find those out, comment in the sections. I know I don't have much comments and stuff like that, but that's okay. Um, all right. So if I have to come back and talk about this again, I will. Okay. You all enjoy y'all dinners. Enjoy this hot day. Continue loving each other while you have this space and time to do that. All right. Ta-ta.